Oh yeah, instant and sorcery. So we are getting 4. So yeah, check this out, baby. All right. So yeah, we'll cast this for free. Why not? Okay. Wow, this is kind of broken. Sure, give him a card. We're gonna get 2 of this guy. See what I mean? You see it? Oh,
But we can't because it's not. You know, we gotta do a spree.
The way that it's worded. The way that it's worded. No. Should we? Should we return it to the hand? Just to be freaking annoying. Yeah. Just give him a card. I don't care. Return that. I don't care. All right. Look at all this. Okay. All right. Hey, sure. Go ahead. Okay. Let's take that out too. Hey, let's put a card back. Let's do one of the lands. Wait, that's a tap land. Let's do the surveil one. We don't care. All right. Perfect. Okay. We're getting prowess. All right. We're getting another one of this. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Now we get to do the second trigger of this, which I haven't even done yet. Oh, we got the Jace. So we got the Jace. We got the ill-timed. We got that. We just get a creature land. Why not? Okay, submit 4. Sure. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? All right. So I mean, dude, we could already cast that, but we don't want to, right? Let's just get a Jace. We have like 1,000 cards in our hand. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But we got 13 damage on the thing, and we go ahead and plot this, I guess. All right, man. Yeah, sure. Kitsa, why not? All right, cool. First of all, the deck looks insane. I know, and I'll go over that in just a second. And I did want to redo the intro because I was wrong about a couple things. Just with how the prowess triggers worked, and also a weird, cool interaction with our beautiful Alania. Now, there's a lot of different otters to go over, and you will notice there's a lot of freaking one-ofs, and I know it looks like a commander list, but just bear with me for 1 second, okay? Now, the reason I'm re-recording is because I thought that our beautiful Great Train Heist would give us 3 combat steps when we do copy it with Alania and such. However, it didn't actually end up working that way once I went to record the games. But I've been doing a lot of testing, other than this card, which was one of the last editions. Everything is like set in stone, and I feel really happy about it. And I think you'll get a lot of dubs with what I have going on. Now, there is some very cool sort of combo-y pieces here going on, which I will go over. But very importantly, this is sort of a ill-timed explosion deck. This is so good, and it fits exactly what we're trying to do. Now, I've been playing pretty much all day. It is day 1 of Bloomburrow, so there is a lot of creature-based decks now, more than pretty much I ever remember. So this is going to be very good, and it's going to destroy all these tribal decks. It's going to clear mono red, right? It's going to clear everything. Assuming you don't die on like turn 3. But you can actually cast this on turn 3 if you do use our Storm Catch Mentor. Now, this is actually pretty cool transition because I had 4 of this guy initially, right? And I had like 3 of the Coruscation Mage, right? And I was wondering if I should get more of the Thundertrap Trainers and the Kitsas. These are other otters, right? Basically, the otters that we do have, we want them to hit the field and we want to get value like sort of right away. And I just kept taking out otters in replace of just good spells and removal type of cards. So you will see, right, we have like 2 Hell to Pays. This is a really good card. I'll go over in just a little bit in more detail. And 2 Volcanic Spites, which is really, really important too. And then, of course, to complement the ill-timed explosion, Brotherhood's End. So this is going to just be so critical against certain matchups because, again, this is a best-of-1 list. And yeah, you're going to want to hit them with maybe one of these. You can combo it with one of these on the next turn or on the same turn, right? If you're trying to clear a bunch of huge, mono green type of creatures out. We do have plenty of prowess triggers, and I'll go over that stuff in a bit. Like Frolicking Familiar, an older card, actually is super, super good. Probably going to hit some of the prowess stuff and also just being another a flying creature, which is really good. And we do have enough otters and stuff to justify like Pearl of Wisdom, and also take advantage of like Alania's ability, which can copy our otter spells. This is insanely good, by the way. The combo that you probably want to hear right away or first is going to be this into. You can combo it with this, but you will only get 1 combat phase because I think the way it doesn't really say that, like when I read that, you would think that it's like, right, if you copy it, well, there's going to be, but it doesn't work like that. It's just talking about like your actual predetermined, guaranteed normal combat phase, right? So just that's how it works. You can still get the like +1 first strike and the double the treasure token stuff, which is really good. But as far as the extra combat phase, it does not work like that. But Portent of Calamity Man. Holy guacamole. Okay. First of all, you pretty easily can get like a sorcery and an instant, right? These are different things, so that's why Hell to Pay is pretty good, as well as like, right, we have instants here, we have a sorcery here. This doesn't count as an instant, but it counts as a creature, and we do actually have one Jace Reawakened, so a Planeswalker, in addition to, of course, Rao, which I'm sure you've seen here. Kabam. So we can actually pretty easily, as long as X is 4, we can straight up go off, right? And if we copy this with Alania, whoa. Like what I mean by that is like we will basically be drawing 3, casting one of those 4 cards for free, and we will be doing that twice if Alania is on the field. And when we cast those things, if it triggers for instant, sorcery, and Otter separately. So depending on how you do it, you get, I mean, it's truly, I think in the video today, you'll see in the first game, you'll sort of see I wasn't even really aware of how freaking good this was until I was actually in the game. Because you can like, yeah, you're giving your creature, your opponent a card each. Like if you copy an instant, 1 card, a sorcery, 1 card, an otter, 1 card, but you're pretty much going to be winning the game like on that spot. It's incredible. You can copy like your Daring Waverider, which is then going to allow you to play something out of your graveyard at the same time. And that thing you play out of your graveyard, you can copy with Alania. And again, that's not assuming that we get, this card is insane. I would recommend getting more of this. Yeah, dude, trust me, this is a surprising interaction with Alania. It is going crazy. Now, you've probably seen Rao, right? We're casting all these cards. He's getting bigger. He's creating board presence as a Planeswalker, which is really good. Don't sleep on the homeboy. We also have Crom here, which is really good. We're definitely be casting 2 spells a turn type of thing. So yeah, it only triggers the once because it's only exactly your second turn. But you can like lay him, and then you can immediately follow up with like a cheap like Into the Flood Maw or what have you. So I'll kind of, I know I'm all over the place, but trust me, that's just how it is. Today's been crazy figuring all this stuff out. One card I do want to go back to and or like recommend getting more of than just the one here is this one, because late in the game you can do the Offspring thing. Alania might copy it, maybe not, but that's like 2 or 3 searches, right? Which you're looking for these board wipes most of the time. And that's sort of why we have less otters, is because like often you're just going to kill your own otters anyway. Now, Kitsa here has 3 toughness, which is really good because if you cast like Brotherhood's End, well, she'll survive, right? Because she'll get the prowess buff before this, which is like really important. We also have 1 Harnesser of the Storms, which has 4 toughness, which is really good. Frolicking Familiar here has 2 starting, but if you cast like a cheap instant at the beginning and then Brotherhood's End, he'll survive as well, which is really good. The other one here is Otterball Antics. Now this is like 2 prowess triggers while creating more guys. The flashback is actually really good, being that you do have to pitch something with ill-timed exposure. You could just pitch this and cast it later on. So the fact that it has flashback makes it justifiable and viable in this deck, I would say. Now, Impede Momentum, there's actually probably... Let me make sure. Hang on one second. 3 stun. Is there a better version of this card? Oh, there is, bro. Holy, this is a scry too. Hang up the phone, McGee. Yeah. Goodbye, come again. So we are going to freeze and place the boys, which is really important for the new mouse that does damage when it dies. Sometimes you don't want to kill that, right? And there's also still the cacophony 1 drop as well. So there's like a pretty annoying just pump your guy with Monstrous Rage and let them die on purpose type of deck. There's like some Rakdos versions of it that I've seen. This is at least going to like neutralize that. It can neutralize an annoying flyer, like some of the bats and stuff going around, to allow like maybe our Bone Horde Dracosaur to get in. Trust me, this is better than it looks, and the Scry 2 is not to be sneezed at, yo. So that's all the 2 drops, I think. Now, this card, Stormchaser's Taliante here. Holy guacamole, this is pretty good. Again, like the more non-instants and sorcerers I added, the more that I cut this card and like realize that like maybe there's a different version of this deck, but with this type of build, um, one is probably enough. If you want to spend a rare on a second one, that's probably okay because you could get back a pretty critical instant sorcery with that level 2, which is pretty good. I don't think the level 3 is going to be like super relevant in this deck because the meta is really fast from what I've noticed on day 1 anyway. And yeah, this is good. Now 3 steps ahead, you can at least like you can counter something early in the game, which is huge momentum swing, and then later on you can like do those other effects and then maybe copy it with Alania and stuff and pop off baby. So just flexibility is really always good. Um, Absolutely insane. I thought it was more broken than it is, but just even an additional combat step with maybe your Bria in here. By the way, I haven't gone over Bria. This is going to allow your guys to go unblockable as well with prowess triggers. That's pretty nice. It's going to help you close the game very easily, right? So yeah, you're going to want to do combinations of those. Portent of Calamity is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. A Hell to Pay now, this can like help you set up these, there's a lot more 1/1s and like smaller creatures that are relevant than ever, from like Skrelves to Deep Cavern Bats to I don't know, but there's a lot though. You can like really turn the corner with this card. It's also again a sorcery which I added like kind of helps with the portent thing, but you can set up and like you can just hard cast some of these larger cards. Which, by the way, there's a Chandra in here. You can't go wrong with a Chandra. Play a Chandra. You know what this does. Let's go, baby. Hopefully my head isn't covered in too much. It does start with 5 loyalty. The minus X is X damage to up to 2 different targets. The Daring Waverider here. Let me move my head. Hang on. Was I like falling off the screen during that, dude? I hope not, dude. This is the redo intro. But like this is just good. Do not sneeze at this. We have plenty of cards. Even if it's just one of our 2-drop instants and stuff, it's still gonna be worth it. Or even if it's just an Into the Flood Maw, at that point in the game, that can win you the game, right? So not to be sneezed at. Ill-time explosion off of this. Let's go. Brotherhood End, and he still survives because he's got 4 toughness, right? Rowdy Research, by the way, this is like a 7-drop converted mana cost for ill-timed explosion. Doing 7 to everything on the field is pretty nice, man. Now, Eddymurk Durkee here is always going to be casted for like 5 at max, but you just see like 3 and 2 sometimes. I've casted this guy for 2, which it's a 5/5, and then you can make him like unblockable with like things like Bria, right? And it just like neutralizes a combat step as well, which like is really good. You're gonna have a lot of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, and it's just a nice adding to the creature density. It's just a nice card. It's a newer card, and come on, look at him. He's so cute. And so yeah, that's that. Now we do have a Season of the Boldy here. Now, of course, I hate how like sometimes it's on the left, sometimes it's on the right. So hopefully my head isn't covering this. But usually you're gonna cast this for create 3 treasure tokens, and then using the final 2 pause for exile the top 2 cards until the end of your next turn. You can play them. So you sort of go into your next turn with like a draw 2 already happened and 3 more mana available essentially. So that's pretty good. And of course, Bone Horde McGee, you know what that does. It's just such a good creature, adding to the flying stuff. Yeah, so I think I touched on Crom. I should have touched on every card so far. So I guess that leaves the mana here. Now, the Fabled Passage is pretty much just to thin the deck a little bit. We don't really need this, but you probably already have 4, so I thought maybe just 1 would be cute. And then Fountain Port here. You do create like treasure tokens with this. You can create one with this as well, but we're also creating like prowess, otters, so you can sacrifice those to draw a card, especially if they're going to get removed. Well, then you've just pretty much hit them with a random momentum swing, which is pretty nice. Probably neutralizing a effect as well. So that's pretty important, guys. The Surveil here, especially for cards that like care about stuff in the graveyard, like Daring Waverider, for example, or Mr. Krabs. Yeah, Surveil's good. I know you don't want to spend your rares on like the lands right now, and I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Just if you have like 1 or 2, definitely play them. And if you're like super rich, play 4. I would definitely play 4 in this deck if I could. But yeah. And then I happen to have like a lot of these for whatever reason, just like opening packs. And I really like this creature land. The Scry can be pretty relevant. because we are sort of a more combo-y than some decks right now, rather than just playing like raw power creatures and stuff. So yeah, the Scry could be good, and it's just extra little bit of damage after a board wipe, right? So that can win you the game out of nowhere. Yeah, and then it's pretty split down even, right? Just 8 and 8. So yeah, you can't go wrong there. But dude, I would not sneeze at the legendary otters we have here. There's definitely two different ways you can go in this deck, as I sort of mentioned. But yeah, I think we have actually a nice little package. It's weird. It's weird. And with more time, I think we'll hone this down quite a little bit. But I do want to say I played pretty much all day with different variations of this, and I've had a lot of success with this. And you'll see in the first game, like, holy shit, dude. I mean, dude, Alania, you got it, because it's an instant, a sorcery, and an otter separately, and that's like all on one turn, and you're like popping off, bro. I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and much love, you guys. I'm gonna try to get back to like the one a day video, at least every other day. And Bloomburrow, man, we got rotation and new cards. So, all right. So first game of the video today, yeah, we have a big Eddymurk Crab, but again, he's gonna be cheap, and this volcanic spite early is critical. So, yeah, let's take the hand. I like 7 more than 6. I have been impressed with how much fun I've been having. I know that's a weird sentence, but yeah. Okay, so there's a 2 toughness creature. Not the best thing to cast this early. We have the second one as well. Let's just go ahead and let's wait. There's no hexproof to worry about or anything like that, so we're good. I'm trolling. I just got excited that you guys are watching. What can I say? All right, so we will put maybe one of these held pace, right? Okay, cool. Let's go. We did not get a land, which is unfortunate. You see, like, this is going to be pretty good with just creating little prowess triggers and taking out Skrells. There's a lot of more 1/1s than you think that are relevant right now, whether it be offspring, or just just many creatures that happen to be 1/1s, like bats, for example. Uh, yeah, clearing the way for our larger flyers that we do have in the deck. One of which is this, which can get pretty big out of nowhere. I think my head might be covering Homeboy right now, so did I put my head in the right spot? Probably. Hopefully, anyway. Let's just cast this. Well, I'll move Crom over here. So Crom, yeah, whenever you cast your second spell, put a counter. We also have a Rawl. I'll probably arrange it like this from largest to small. There we go. True YouTuber stuff, baby. There we go. What just happened? All right, banishing line on the boy. So, hey, no, I can't win them all. All right, so we got 4 mana. 4 mana is when we start to pop, baby. It's when we start to pop. Honestly, let's just go for Ral, dude. He's only got a 1 power guy on the field, which, like, sure. We're gonna go ahead and just plus creating board presence, which is really good. And yeah, let's do it. I had a feeling Mr. Dust Boy was coming down for some. I actually thought that this was like the dual-sided version of this or something for a second when I hovered my mouse, because I'm super smart. But yeah, not so bad when you plot this guy, right? A 4/5 flyer, pretty good. I don't think I'll ever complain about a 4. Does that vigilance too? No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, we eat that for breakfast. Now, I will show you the power of. Well, should we draw 3 here? Let's draw 3 to make a more educated decision, but we're going to most likely tap down Dust Boy with our Impede Momentum. Yeah, dude, we like drawing those cards. Man, this is such a good card, but maybe not in this exact board state right now. Hell to Pay. We'll get rid of Hell to Pay for this match, but it'll shine next match as well. Let's get rid of, we'll get rid of the crab. We don't need to show up Mr. Crab Boy. We're gonna do this, okay? And we are going to cast this. We can't. yeah, we could do the Offspring. Honestly, a lot of different lines you could do, right? We could have cast that for 4, but then we couldn't really cast this, which I think we absolutely need to do. First of all, putting a loyalty on Rao, which is good, but mostly tapping him down for long enough that it's pretty much over for the guy. Oh no! They popped Rao. What's this? You got Convoke on it? Oh, that activated the thing to start. Oh, interesting. Very specific and weird. What the hell? Okay, so we like that card, but we already used it. Beautiful, beautiful. And we will go ahead and swing. It's kind of cool, right? We're starting to ping him. It doesn't have a huge target on his head, but that little incidental damage